Okay. Um, I mentioned earlier it's gonna, and you said it's gonna take time. Things like pipelines, hello, take time and years, especially if you're California. My question to you is: do you see in President Trump? Do you see the willingness to not only, of course, push these projects, but fast track them, so that it can be sooner rather than later? I know it's a broad question, but based on you knowing Trump and you've chatted with him, what's your thoughts there?
He absolutely does know that we need to fast track this. President Trump, even though we see states redistricting and it looks like we should be able to hold the House, or that Republicans should be able to hold the House in 2026 and hold the Senate, obviously, President Trump learned a lot from his first administration. And so while I would not wish 4 years of Joe Biden and Kamala Harris on anyone, what President Trump and his team had was 4 years to learn, to figure out how to address it, to make a plan so that from day one, they weren't having to figure out a plan once he was back in the White House. It was, hey, day one, we're getting into action. We're jumping into action. So President Trump and his administration know that these pipelines, these infrastructure projects, these gas processing plants, and possibly new oil refineries have to be done now. They have to be fast tracked. All the permitting has to be done. He understands that there's always a possibility that Republicans lose one of the chambers of Congress in the 2026 midterms. And so I was listening to Mark Wayne Mullen just to say this about President Trump. I think the world of Senator Mullen out of Oklahoma. That man, he works nonstop too. But he was talking about President Trump, and he was saying President Trump doesn't sleep. And he reminds me of my friend Jacob Landry, the state rep out of Louisiana. I mean, he's up early, he's up late. But President Trump, he's working at 12:40 in the morning or 5:30 in the
Yep.
morning. He works around the clock. And I said this to people after the first time I got to meet him last year, July 13th, Butler, Pennsylvania. Obviously that day did not end up the way I had envisioned. It certainly did not end up the way President Trump envisioned. But thank God he's alive and okay. But I wish every American got the chance to meet President Trump in person,
Right.
just to
Yep.
shake his hand, talk with him for a couple of minutes, to understand
Yep.
how warm, how friendly, how genuine he
Yep.
is, and how hard he works to save American jobs. So
That's right.
we're in good
That's right.
hands with this administration.
Everyone I've heard that's met him, the Captain James McCormick, Sheriff Mark Lamb, they say to meet him is to like him. The greatest guy in the world. Yeah, you're right here, man. He works like 20, 21 hours a day. I mean, he does.
I believe that.
Uh,
Yes,